Hi everyone. In today's video we are going to talk about this lovely plant. This one is called the pink quill, or it's called the Valencia cyanea or cyanea. This has been more popularly known as the Tillandsia cyanea. Just like the reclassification of Sansevierias to Dracaenas, similarly this particular Tillandsia has been now reclassified as a Valencia, although Tillandsia is still a common name. It still belongs to the higher classification of Tillandsia. So it is an epiphyte and an air plant, and it is native to Peru and Ecuador, actually the rainforests of Ecuador, and there it in its native habitat it does grow on trees. So what's so special about this? The pink quill can be grown both as an air plant as well as a bromeliad. Okay, so this is one of these only Tillandsias that can be grown in regular potting mix. When I say regular, it's not really the like dirt or soil, but more of the orchid mix. Other air plants that can just be hung without any media, this particular Tillandsia can actually be grown in potting mix. So that's a big difference between the other plants and this one. If you see this, these have this beautiful pink bracts that you see, and typically I have not counted them, but apparently there should be around 8 bracts like this, right? Like it's like a paddle shaped bract, and then you see a lovely flower that blooms from these bracts. So actually the bloom is this flower that you see on the top. It starts off with a purplish blue bloom. Now it has faded in this one. So it starts off with that color and slowly fades down. Similarly, the pink color as well, as the bract become old, fades into a brown color, and at some point it will just dry and you can pull it out. Like any other bromeliad, once the flowers bloom on the mother plant will die. But my observation has been that it takes a while before the mother plant actually dies, and it gives out a lot of offshoots before it can actually completely gone. So in my case, I had one clump originally. So you see this one, that was this, you see the smaller clump at the back, that is what I already had, and this is something that I recently purchased. To get a clump like this with multiple bracts, this has to be a pretty old plant, but mine probably will take another 2-3 years to form multiple bracts like this. These actually do pretty well in clumps, so that's why I put it all into a kind of a orchid pot itself, and I have put very loose orchid type of soil, and I'm growing them in this. And these plants do very well with the foliage watering or misting, like air plants. So this plant is like the best of both worlds, right? You can treat it simply as an air plant and mist it. Don't even put it in soil, just mount it, or just put it onto a tree, or you can put it in soil, but don't over water it, because just like air plants, the base is pretty sensitive and the roots are pretty sensitive, and the roots really don't take any nutrients. Roots are more for support. So most of their nutrients kind of transferred through the leaves than from the roots. So that's a big difference. In terms of lighting, they like bright indirect light. For blooms, you need some light. It wouldn't bloom otherwise. Some people also use ethylene gas to induce some bloom. So what they do is they normally bag this plant with a few apples so that this ethylene gas is produced and blooms are induced. I haven't tried the method, so I don't know whether that works, but that's something that you can look up. You'll do some research on and see if that works for you. Bracts it themselves start coming towards the summer, but the blooms as you see are towards the winter, or like August, September, October. This is the blooming time for these plants. Easy plant, again, treat it like an air plant or like a common house plant, but don't overwater it. Keep it in bright indirect sunlight The leaves are a little sensitive. If you put them in direct sunlight, you will have the tips burning. It doesn't require to be fertilized. Right now, a lot of plants are being reclassified based on DNA evidence and DNA information, which in the past scientists did not have. So this is one of those. Valesia cyanea, typically you will get this in florist shops or in a nursery as one single stem of this pink, and which then can spread quickly. But if you want something that is already spread or of a good size, you might have to purchase a clump like this, which is expensive. But having said, the single ones are pretty economical, but then you will have to have the patience to wait for years before they flower again. So that's why if you have multiple clumps, it helps. Okay, so that's Valesia cyanea for you. So thanks for listening in. Bye.